Rain hasn't let up. I can't imagine doing it all again. But we're unreasonable people. Alright, welcome to Gran Canaria. It's now Thursday evening, T-1 day to the start of the 20th edition of the TransGranCanaria. So at 11 p.m. tomorrow night on Playa de Canteras, down here behind me, I'll be lining up to start my epic journey south to Maspalomas. 126 kilometers and 7,000 meters of vertical gain, so wish me luck. I've chosen to stay up here in Las Palmas for a number of reasons. There's just a lot more going on up here, a lot more bars and cafes and restaurants. We're staying in the heart of the old town here, so it's this beautiful colonial architecture. Not much of a beach resort person, so Maspalomas, while logistically makes better sense, I've decided to take on the challenges of the logistics and stay up here near the start line. So yesterday I did take a bus trip down to Maspalomas in order to register for the race. So as part of the first cohort to go through the registration process, so the volunteers were all a little on the green side, but we got there in the end. And after spending a little bit of time just mulling around in the various stalls that were there, caught the bus back up here to Las Palmas. Alright, it's race day. Friday, 4th of March 2022, time for the 20th edition of the TransGranCanaria. So after some heavy rain earlier this morning, the day has brightened up nicely, and we got out for some light lunch. Met Owen Flynn, host of the Irish Trail Running podcast, and more importantly, start line and finish line compare, so hopefully I'll be seeing him tonight, and more importantly, whenever I finish this dang thing. So I've laid out everything I think I'm going to need for the race on the couch here behind the camera, so let me show you what I've got and I'll tell you what the game plan is. Okay, so here's all the gear. I'm going to go with the Asics trail shoes. They're about a size and a half bigger than my normal shoes, but I find to have a little bit of extra space in the toe box. In a race like this with a lot of elevation gain and drop is never a bad thing. From a hydration perspective, I'm going to take a bladder. I just find it's more convenient for me. Yes, I know I won't know exactly where my fluids are at, but I think the aid stations are often enough that I'll be able to top up. Now I am also going to take one soft flask with me, just by way of being able to get drinks at the aid stations if I just want to take a quick drink of something that's available there. Contact lenses, some Compeed, just a couple of plasters, and I'll make sure to put some plasters over my nipples. Can't have the chafing. I'm going to take the poles right from the start, and my feeling at the moment is I'm going to take them right until the very finish, but I do have the option of leaving them in my drop bag in Garignon. Just a starting t-shirt. I'm going to go long sleeve just because it's going to be through the night and I'm going to be going up into the mountains, so it could be a bit cooler. This is a buff. Again, buff, very handy. Use it as a hat, use it as a windshield around your neck, use it as a item for wiping your sweat off your brow along your sleeve. Very useful. Not an item I'd always take, but just because it's such a technical course, and I saw Dylan Bowman putting it into his bag for the Grand Raid recently, is just an ankle support. So if I do go over my ankle, I have found that it's very useful. That'll get you home rather than limping. Just a pair of light shorts. From a food and hydration perspective, you can see I don't have an awful lot here. I'm going to be relying on the aid stations quite a bit, but I do have a couple of gels. No, these aren't from the good gel selection that I was looking for to arrive, where I only got one gel when I was supposed to get a whole box. Just a couple of bars. In here I've got 2 pouches of Tailwind, alright, so I'll carry those and I'll be able to top that up as I get to the aid stations. A foil blanket, it's part of the mandatory kit. Gone with a bigger foil blanket than I would normally take, as hopefully I won't need it, but There it is. For my backpack, again, it's a heavier backpack than I would normally use, but it is the Solomon Advanced Skin 12. I've got loads of space in that anyway, so for my GoPro I'll probably have in there, I'll have my phone, I'll have obviously all my bits and pieces, I'll have my bladder in the back, I'll carry the soft flask in the front. Actually, one item that I realise now is I've left downstairs because I took it out with me when I was walking, should be here, is my Under Armour windproof waterproof jacket. Again, an item I don't always wear, but I'm going to wear for this race are the ankle sleeve, or not the ankle sleeves, sorry, the calf sleeves. Just a bit of compression there. I'm going to take all the advantage I can to try and prevent my calf injury from giving me more trouble than it needs to. I don't use the kinesiology tape. I have never used the kinesiology tape, but I have some here and I do think I'm going to apply it just again to give me whatever support it can. Pair of standard socks, nothing major there. Mandatory kit is the face mask. There's my number, 595. You were allowed up to 10 characters, so I decided to go with a few asterisks as well. This is part of the what do you call it, the timing chip. So I'm not sure whether it's going to work automatically or whether they're going to have to scan it when you come into the aid stations, but that's what that is. A little bit of money in case I need to get home and the electronics aren't working. I did opt for the GPS unit as well, so Claire will be able to see exactly where I am, or anybody who's following me will be able to see exactly where I am at any stage of the race, whereas this will be obviously scanned as you come into the aid stations. This is a little power pack, so if the headphone or the head torches or the GoPro or my phone need a little bit of extra juice as we're kind of going through the race, I'll just have that option available to me. I'm bringing 2 head torches. I had intended to leave one of these in my drop bag in Garignon, so at least I could make the call then whether I really felt I was going to go into a second night or not, but since I forgot to do that, I'm going to take both of them with me. I think I'm going to wear the Silva initially. Should be enough on that to get me through night number 1, and then I'll leave that in my drop bag in Garignon. And then this is a Petzl Ico, and there's a spare battery in there as well, so should be covered from a nighttime perspective. And finally then, these are just spare batteries for the GoPro and a spare memory card also. So that's everything, guys. That's what I'm carrying, and wish me luck.
Here we go, guys, here we go! We are 34 minutes away from the 20th edition! As the world of trail riding looks on here at the beach of Las Canteras! La salida a nuestra guerra estéis con mascarilla. No lo digo yo por nada, pero al menos se lo digo, hay que tener la mascarilla puesta y hay que guardar un poquito la distancia de seguridad. ¡Uno! ¡Arriba!
First climb out of Las Palmas. I've chosen to walk it, or at least my calf has chosen to walk it, but yeah, it's letting me know it's there, but I can certainly keep moving on. A lot of people walking here. So far so good. Just past the 7 mile mark. Not quite sure where we are at the moment. There's a little bit of about a kilometre of dry riverbed there, just a little bit back. But going is quite easy now, gentle downhill. I don't think we might be too far away from Arucas, first checkpoint. Alright, I was kidding myself earlier at 7 miles when I thought we were almost at Arucas. Not quite sure how far we are now, but I think we're in Arucas now, making our way to the aid station. And that dried riverbed I mentioned, we hadn't hit the real riverbed at that stage. That came shortly afterwards. That was a bit of a pain in the ass, but not bad. And we're through it now. Alright, Arucas, a bit further away than I thought, but probably the right place for the first checkpoint. Alright, that was Arucas. I took a couple of orange segments, a little bit of banana, drank some water, which you can hear slushing around there. I put it into my soft flask. I was starting to feeling a little bit dehydrated, which happens with the tailwind. So my goal is to drink a bit more water at the aid stations, but things are really going to start thinning out now, I think, because a lot of people were sitting down and taking their time in the aid station. So I think we're going to start to see a real stretch in the field. All right, onwards to wherever is next. Ugh. It has been super sticky, clayey mud since we left Aruca. Long climb up, now a runnable section and the dry, if it was dry, but it's pure sticky, slippy, slidey, muddy. I wonder what Hayden Hawks and Pavlovia and those did in this section. Did they choose to run it and sap energy that they might need later on? Or did they power hike it and hope that their opponent ran it? Who knows? Hayden, if you're watching this, leave a comment below. Cheers. Just past the 100k to go marker there, so it feels pretty good. Less than 100k left. Happy days. But up and up through the sticky clay it goes, and where it ends, nobody knows. Well, I have to say, the muddy conditions going up there and down from the top of that peak there probably suited the Irish. There were people there who really didn't have a clue how to run in mud and were slipping and sliding. It was very bad going up. People were sliding all over the shop, and it's only going to get worse. And coming down there, people were just being very, very careful, whereas it wasn't that steep and you could run away on it. So we'll keep tipping away. We appear to be coming down into terror now. Hope it's not as the name implies, but no, so far so good. Just keeping it rolling nice and easy. Just want to see how far the wheels are going to come off at some stage. That's inevitable. Just want to see how far down the road I can kick that can. Hopefully just beyond the finish line. Gracias. Bueno.
Sí, ok. Y
¿Este qué?
5, ok.
Ok, gracias. Ay, ay, ay. Leaving terror behind me with a couple of potatoes in my hand. All good so far. Let's keep rolling on. The field is well separated now. Such a long climb up out of Ayurgaras.
Man alive, it went on forever. And then you think you might be rewarded with a nice downhill section, but it was a muddy, slidey, technical, and kind of people clogging up the route as well. And but I think you kind of feel obliged to run the downhill, so, and particularly on the road, so I'm just rolling it along here. I've kind of gone off the caffeinated tailwind, which is all I have, but it's making me pee like nobody's business. And I can feel myself getting dehydrated, so I'm kind of switched onto the water and food for the moment. Alright, where are we coming into? I don't know. I'll give you a look at the aid station when we get there. Alright, where are we now? Where's this? Fontanale. We've arrived in Fontanale, so yeah, not a real Canarian night, more like a summer's day down around Mullaghcleavon. Persistent rain for the last hour or so. So yeah, but it is what it is. Suiting the Irish. And now down. Okay, gracias. Okay, I just had a few potatoes, a few dried apricots, bit of banana. Rain is still coming on, so let's see where to next. Well, we've made it to El Hornillo, I think. The dawn is beginning to break, but the weather is still so bad. Feels still like nighttime. Oh man, it's starting to get hard now. Starting to get very, very hard. I think this is where the Sufferfest begins. I'm going to take a break here and look after my feet. Just a couple of blisters with the moist conditions starting to form, and I'm going to get some food and get back on the road. Not even halfway there yet. Alright, keep it rolling. Finally we arrive at Artenera. Claire left about 21 minutes ago for the advanced course. Oh goodness. Oh, I'm taking a decent break here. I'm done in. Is there seats available? Thank you. Oh goodness me. Goodness gracious me. 10.5 hours. I could quite happily call it there. Give me an advance medal. 42 miles. My body has given everything I asked to it. And now I'm going to ask it to go out and do it all over again. Unreal. Oh, what a night. What a night. Okay, I'm going to take a good break here. I didn't do my feet back in the other place, El Hornillo or whatever. Too wild. So we'll take a good break here and start all over again. Goodness gracious. Rain hasn't let up. I can't imagine doing it all again. But we're unreasonable people. So let's take a break, take a look at the feet, get some food, and see where we're at. I don't think I realised it when I came in, but I was definitely borderline hypothermic. So I saw a few other people with their foil blankets out, so I've never deployed a foil blanket before, but today seems a good day to do it. Oh, but the best thing is I asked for a cup of tea, but you have to have it in your own container. So I got them to put it into my soft flask, and now I've got a hot water bottle. Oh, onto my legs, in by my chest. Beautiful. So slowly, I'm warming up. The thought of going back out again is still frightening, but in fact I'm getting heat into my bones. I've cleaned off my feet, put on a bit of rock tape where I thought a blister was starting here or there, taken on some food, so there may be hope yet. Just to give you a quick update, I'm still in the game, heading for Takeda. It's a long story, I'll fill you in more. Well, it's not that long, but I'll fill you in more down in Takeda. But man alive, the mud and the weather just haven't given up. Oh, what a day at the office. Alright, Tunte. Hoppa. And just in the last 10 minutes the sun has come out. Oh. The day appears to have changed. Hallelujah. We might finish this thing yet. Alright. Okay, just dropped my iPod or GoPro, but seems to be alright. No harm done. Phew. Alright, so in that last place, the name I can't remember, as you probably saw, I was in a low ebb there, but probably a mixture of hypothermia, maybe needed some food, but stayed there for a while, but it was still blowing a gale outside, so I won't lie to you. I went out and took a look at it, came back inside and thought about my options, and then I decided, okay, let's just go out. Went out into it and it was bad, so I turned around more than once, and then I turned around again and said if I could just make it to Tunte. So now the sun has come out, who knows where this day will end. So I've got some chorizo and bread in my hand. Didn't realise I had chorizo. It's a secret formula. So although I know there's a 6 kilometre climb straight up now. Oh, I'm looking forward to that like a hole in the head. But the sooner we start, the sooner we finish. Alright, have arrived in El Garañón. Just picked up my drop bag. Fresh socks, badly needed. A few other bits and pieces. So apparently there's hot food here as well, so I'll get myself some of that. Marathon distance to do, I must check what time it is. I think I should have about 12 hours to do this last marathon. I am done in. Done in. The legs have given everything, and now they've got another marathon to give. Oh Jesus, lads. A mountain marathon. Here we go. So I just climbed up from the reservoir, having had some hot food actually. I didn't take any footage, but there was some hot food at that last El Garañón checkpoint. So, very average mind you, but I wasn't expecting silver service. Where am I going here now? Over here. Alright, heading up to Roque Nublo now. The iconic, emblematic site in Gran Canaria. Stay tuned. So we're trying to get to a rock in the clouds. Another flipping, whatever it is, 200 or 300 meters of climb. Ah, nice woods though. And the day has cleared up very well. So hopefully now it'll be like this until I cross that finish line. Would you believe we didn't go up to Rocky Nubla at all? We just went up to a checkpoint near Rocky Nubla and we're directed down this path away from Rocky Nubla now. Unbelievable. These are the iconic cobblestones heading down towards Tunte. Just about to make that descent now. About 28k to go to the finish. Heading into Tunte. Oh, dear jeepers. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep that stagecoach rolling. Right. Another day sets on Gran Canaria, and I'm making my way to Ayugares, the final checkpoint before the finish line. Still a long way to go to Ayugares, mind you, but we keep knocking them off one by one, and now there's only one left. Let's do it. Last checkpoint, Ayugares. Se puede. Hey, enjoy the final.
De la TransGranCanaria llega también y llega Felipe. Felicidades a mí, felicidades Felipe. Felices. TransGranCanaria. Una meta, un sueño. Ya lo han logrado, ya están aquí, ya son finishers de nuestra distancia reina.
Okay, it's now 2 days after the race finished. I'm back up here on Playa de Canteras where it all started on Friday night at 11 o'clock. Body's feeling much better, about to go for a massage to ease out those last aches and pains, but I have to say it all couldn't have gone better. Let's take a look at the beach here in the daylight. Take a look at this. Yes, I'm the guy sporting the tacky TransGranCanaria top. When in Rome and all that. I can't imagine doing it all again. but we're unreasonable people.